woods, and that is pine sap. Well, technically it's called resin, but you can call it whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's very useful stuff and you can do all kinds of things with it. Pine trees release this anytime they experience an injury to seal off the wound from any infections. And you can harvest it yourself when it's fresh to use on your own cuts and scrapes for the same purpose. It has antibacterial properties, and since it's sticky, it can help stop bleeding as well. It's kind of like nature's liquid bandage and Neosporin. It also happens to be highly flammable, which makes it great for helping you to get fires going, especially in wet conditions because it'll burn even if it's wet. Here I found a large chunk of it that I'm going to place on top of this pile of dryer lint, which also makes great tinder. This large chunk of pine sap will burn long and hot and will do a good job of drying out these damp sticks that I'm placing on top. It makes great torches, which can be used as a portable light source at night or if you need to signal for help. It can be difficult to ignite pine resin with a ferrocerium rod, but it can be done by finding an older, dry chunk of resin, like this one, and crushing it into a powder like I'm doing here with the back of my knife. And just start throwing sparks at it. It might take a little while to ignite it, but eventually it'll ignite. You can also use pine resin to make a temporary waterproof patch for tents, tarps, rubber boots, or rain jackets like this one. I have a small hole in this rain jacket, so I'm going to gather up some fresh pine resin. Just work it on there over the hole until it seals. You might have to add a second clump to it. It'll work best when it's fresh. And this will create a waterproof patch. So I'm going to take this thing to the stream, fill it up, and see if it holds water. And it's looking good. No water leaking through.